Hi, I'm Dave. This is the Cyderbaby pod, and today I'm speaking to another Dave from Call of the Wild. Hello, sir.
How you doing, bud?
Oh, not so bad. The sun is shining. The frost is
Yeah.
gleaming. It's looking quite nice today. Um, you're the man, or one of the men behind Call of the Wild.
Yeah, one of a very small team. Myself, Raz White, John Hardcastle, Lee Byrne.
Yeah.
And we're upstaged. Flagship event is Call of the Wild. We also do the Rockmantic events, which we've just had one this weekend, and we do Winter Rocks as well.
Yeah.
Some tours, bring Kicking Valentino over for a tour, did help the LA Maybe out with a tour, things like that.
Yeah. That's the. I love the LA Maybe and Kicking Valentino as well, so I'm glad you're bringing them over. Call of the Wild is like the forefront of my mind because, well, basically, it's the first outdoor festival for me this year. So tell me a bit about it.
Yeah, first outdoor event for most of us, I think.
I think so. Yeah, it was last weekend
really early
May,
in the season.
Mm.
Wow. Do you want to go back over the history of it, or do you want to crack into what we've got for year 3?
Well, let's go over a bit of the history a bit. Go on. I was there last year, but that wasn't the first year, was it?
No, first year was 2019. Raz and I started talking about it way back, 2017 maybe, maybe even a little bit before then. Sort of laid the seeds of what became Call of the Wild when we were out on tour with bands we were managing, Knockout Kane and the Joker's Rage.
Yeah.
At the time, took a couple of years for it all to come together, and finally we just sort of went, well, let's put our money where our mouths are. Long story short, that became Call of the Wild at the Lincolnshire Showground. 2019 was a great effort for a first year. Went down, was received really, really well. Had us nominated for the UK Festival Awards in 2 categories. We didn't win any because we're just not big enough.
Yeah.
Basically. But that rolled into planning for 2020.
Yeah.
COVID, long story short, almost lost everything.
Yeah.
The support, the loyalty, and our eternal gratitude of the fans and everything else that have supported Call of the Wild from day one is what got us through it. We managed to go again in 2022 for year 2, which you were at.
I was at, yes. Yes.
We like to, we like to think that it was a resounding success. Reviewed really, really well. Bands loved it, fans loved it, the kids loved it. UK Festival Awards seemed to like it because we got nominated for another 2 categories.
Yeah.
Still didn't win it, but
third time's a charm.
That's not what it's about. You never know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a good evening out. It gives us a chance to let our hair down as a team and things like that.
Yeah.
2023 fast approaching.
Yep.
Can't wait, man. Cannot wait to get back in that field.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lovely setup. From when I sort of like first drove in, it's a proper show field or showground setup. Coming from an agricultural background like I do, I've seen quite a few of them, and this is actually one of the better ones. So you've got a road infrastructure, you've got toilet blocks, you've got shower blocks, and everything there already. I mean, was that the idea, to have something that was like everything already there and just build around it?
Yes. We, again, going back to the original one, that's not how it would have been, because it was originally going to be held over in just outside of Carlisle.
Right.
Fate got in the way. We couldn't do it, and we ended up at the Lincolnshire Showground. Again, fate, because somebody that had the weekend we needed had already had it booked. They decided to cancel quite literally just before the phone call was made to the showground. And the showground said that it had just become available on the dates we needed. Did we want it? And the answer was obviously yes. We already had the Wild Hearts booked and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, it was fated, really. And the fact that everything's there made our lives a little bit easier. It's certainly much better for the fans. You know, nobody likes thunderboxes.
No.
You know, nobody likes them. So hard standing, proper toilets, flushable, good showers. It just makes the difference. It's one of those things that stands out.
Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful weather as well last year. That's
We've been really, really lucky with it, Dave.
Yeah.
Both times it's been beautiful. Yeah, stunning.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is a beautiful part of the world as well. Lincolnshire, so flat, and you can see for miles. So you can see those clouds rolling in when they do roll in. But like you said, you've been lucky, and last year was
Yeah,
just exceptional.
but
So
I've been up there in the middle of winter when the wind's howling and it's absolutely throwing it down, and that ground is just as solid.
yeah, yeah,
It's really good, well drained. It drains, like that.
yeah.
It's not turning into a quagmire anyway.
Cool. Okay, so on to the show, as it were. 26th, 27th, 28th, 3 days this year. Yeah.
Yep.
You weren't tempted to do a fourth like last year? That was just a COVID thing.
Oh hell no, that near killed a lot of us. Us, the team, the crew, and the fans, the punters.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure we collected a few livers on the way around.
Yeah.
Clearing the site is, yeah, that was a hard weekend, man.
It was a hard weekend, but hey, it was good fun.
Yeah.
So this year, who have you got? I mean, that's the crux of it. I mean, who have you got there to sell the tickets for you?
I think it starts with a banger on the Friday night.
Yeah.
You know, the Friday night headliner, Chris Barris.
Yeah.
He's going around the UK at the minute, pretty much selling out everywhere he goes.
Yep.
You know, the guy's albums are outstanding. And you look around at who he's played with, the things he's done, where he's playing,
Yeah.
There's not many people get to share a stage with Billy Gibbons.
This is true.
Right?
Yeah.
He's done that. He's definitely got something going on, and we're delighted to have him play. The Saturday night, party night, right?
Yep.
Terrorvision.
Yeah. Can't ask a better party than that.
There you go. That's that one covered.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Sunday night, Sunday service, you need everybody singing along. I don't think there's very many don't know the words to pretty much every Those Damn Crows track.
Right?
I
mean, they have got a album coming out very, very soon, and by all accounts, it's going to be probably their best. So it's going to be one of those.
If the tracks that have been released so far are anything to go by, it's going to be a smash. It's coming in at number one, I reckon.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I can't say too much, but yeah. Yeah, it's just seeing why you still can sort of thing, really, isn't it?
At this level, yes, absolutely. The chances of them a year or two from now still being in a position where they can walk around the arena and chat to fans in the field and stuff like that, like they have done when they played. They played 2019 for us.
Right.
The Wild Hearts played 2019 for us. They were all walking around in the field talking to fans and getting photos taken and whatever.
Yeah.
It's a big part of what Call of the Wild is. And I don't think those guys are going to be doing that or able to do that for very much longer.
I think you're right.
Which is incredible to see.
It's
great to have watched it.
Yeah, it's blossomed, doesn't it? They're sort of like the very early of one of the early bands of the new wave of classic rock. And now they've sort of like grown into a massive, massive thing. And I think it's going to be global before long for those guys.
I hope so. I really do hope so. I hope it goes all the way to the moon for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Along with Massive Wagons. I mean, you had them last year.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
It was. Yes. I've still got the retina burns from the fire.
So's Baz, I think.
Yes. I think one did nearly go very close to his face.
A little bit close, but
yeah.
But yeah, that was really, really special. The video for that Graham did, Gebby, his video work for that was outstanding.
Yeah.
Just across, he's been there from day one. event we've done, Gebs is always there with like 300 video cameras running around, trying to turn them all on at the same time himself.
Right.
It's bonkers watching him whiz round a field trying to do that. But the results he's had and the results he gets for us are outstanding.
Yeah.
And that video's mega.
Yeah.
It's up on the YouTube channel. I think it's the featured video on the YouTube channel. We're upstaged. It's just ace. Just watching that, knowing that where we came from, where wagons came from, and we're all in a field together at the same time, to be able to do that is just, it's giving me goosebumps.
Okay, you've got a load of other bands on the bill, and we won't go through all of them. I mean, I spoke to Troy Redfern a couple of weeks ago. He's quite eager to be there, but
outstanding talent as well.
Yeah. What bands stand out for you from the lineup? What bands do you say you've got to go and watch because they're going to be something special?
There's a few. There's a couple I'm quite biased with because I've worked with them.
Yeah.
You know, personally, a priori's one. They're doing great things everywhere they go. Just 2 superb albums. They play everywhere, and it's starting to show in their live performance. Yeah. So they're doing really, really well. Metal band called Prima. Yeah. Again, I'm working pretty closely with them at the minute. They're very young, but man, they're good.
Yeah, they are. I haven't seen
raw, heavy, just outstanding. They blew Rockmantic apart at the weekend. Quite looking forward to seeing Black Spiders. Yeah. Haven't seen them for a long, long time. What else is around? Cruel Intentions are coming back. Everybody's shouting and screaming for them all the time. Yeah. So that's good to see. I think, you know, the fact that European bands are still happy to come over, play our events is good. Another young band called Shadow Smile. Yeah. What's his? Adam Smith used to be Jason Dragons. Yeah. His new band. Where did I see them? Winter Rocks down in Sheffield. Right. First time I saw them. Again, very new, but Jesus Christ, so much potential. Really good. Obviously, we've got the Call of the Wild House Band coming back, kicking Valentina. It's starting to feel like, it's not going to be Call of the Wild unless KV turn up. Yeah. So can't wait to see those guys. It's always a great show. Who else we got? Leader of Down. Yeah. That kind of fits in quite nicely, being on the Killminster stage, you know, Eddie's band, the Motorhead thing going through the theme, and yeah, I like that. You know, Ginger's back. We got Ginger Wildheart and the Sinners playing on their headline in stage 2. Yep. Lords of Ruin might be fairly new to a lot of people, playing on the 3rd stage. That's probably just me. I assume everybody knows who Docs is, Doc Stockerty. But Lords of Ruin are a phenomenal band. Have a lot going for them. Just go see them. That's all I gotta say. Go check them out. Yeah. You know, and then we got Kimmett's band, the guy that runs Bannerman's, the Reinforcements. Okay. They're playing. Ash and Reach. Very good. Man, it's all the way through, top to bottom. Circus 66, the Hot Dam. I'd feel guilty if I don't mention bands that are on there, but I think it's 56 bands. Yeah, quite a few. Yeah, it might be a couple more. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, King Kraken, they're just flying at the minute, those boys. Oh yeah, it won't be long before they're headlining stages before. Yeah. I think you might be right. King Kraken have done really well. I remember seeing them on a Trailblazer down in Abertillery. Yeah. Must have been for the 2019 Call of the Wild, or just after that for the 2021, but obviously COVID got in the way. But down there with Kerry Davis. Yeah. who I think is their manager now, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
And the new album that they've got is outstanding.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to see how they progressed in the live situation as well. I haven't had a chance to see them since then, so really looking forward to that.
I think putting them on a bigger stage, such as Call of the Wild, I think they're just going to fly. Quite literally. But yeah, I mean,
I hope so.
Yeah. One band for me, I've got to mention Goddamn Smile.
Yeah.
On the third stage. I mean, they're such a great band.
Yeah, I saw them for the first time at Rockmantic at the weekend.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
And everybody was smiling. You know, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Full room, everybody bouncing, really good crack.
Yeah. Okay. So we basically covered the bands. We covered the date, 26th or 28th of May.
Yep.
If you've learned any lessons from the last Call of the Wild, what would you say they were? I mean, how have you improved this year? Have there been any changes?
We've moved the glamping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Glamping's going to be really, really cool this year.
Okay.
But you remember the site layout where the campsite was, and the glamping was down at the bottom, really close to the arena entrance and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, this time we're moving it backstage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In the wooded area there.
Yeah. So where the VIP area was, and you had the two stages side by side, up to the north of it, basically.
Yeah.
Well, glamping's going to be going out behind those two stages.
Right.
There's a big pond area out there, and we're setting it up in and around that with their own dedicated toilets and showers and all that sort of stuff. So that's quite a big change.
Yeah.
It's actually selling really well. So I would advise, if anybody's thinking about it, get on.
Okay.
Don't dilly-dally. It is selling very, very well. The two stages are staying exactly the same.
Right.
They're going in exactly the same places. That whole layout side of things, we really enjoyed, and the feedback that we had, the fans really enjoyed it. Not having to move too far in between bands, just take a quick shuffle to the left or to the right, depending what stage is playing.
Yeah.
Less chance of spilling your beer. Great.
Okay.
Until the event actually goes ahead, I don't think we'll know just how well things will improve with the little things that we're tweaking and implementing to try and smooth things out a little bit.
Right. Okay.
There's always the risk that it might backfire catastrophically, but who knows?
Yeah.
You know.
I don't. One thing I did notice you're bringing in is a dinosaur. So what's the thinking about that?
Why not?
Well, yeah, why not?
Dinosaurs.
Okay. You do know I'm going to get.
You tell me who's not going to like dinosaurs.
I don't think there is anybody that's not going to like dinosaurs. So yeah, I mean, you're asking me basically to buy an inflatable dinosaur suit and walk around the site.
I was just about to say you're going to come dressed up on the Saturday, aren't you?
I am. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'll probably do it.
I think we need to get a post up that everybody needs to find some sort of dinosaur outfit for the Saturday.
Yeah, I think that's good going.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah, maybe draw the line of Godzilla, but
yeah, it's something to. The kids are a really big part of what we're doing. Right. You know, you'll have seen that last year with, you know, the kids that were around photographing, and kids that we saw in the crowd that were taking photos and whatever else. And we'd bring them on into the pit side of the stage and get them shooting the bands. And well, that's kind of morphed into these kids actually wanting to learn a lot more about photography and videography and all the rest of it. So a couple of them are actually going to be running the third stage as far as photography goes.
Okay.
You know, they're doing it themselves. They're doing their shooting, they're doing their editing, and they'll do their posts. And then we'll bring them across in between to the main stages, and they can shoot away there as well. Right. So that's really, really good. And the kids have had a blast. We have a blast watching it. And yeah, we're all kids at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's very true.
Still, hence why the uncontrollable giggling when you said dinosaurs.
Yeah. Okay. Dinosaurs aside, ticket sales. I mean, that's the biggest thing of any festival where it goes ahead. I mean, it's looking good so far.
It is, yeah, really good. There's one thing that Raz and I said it right before the first ever Call of the Wild. Whether everybody on the planet buys a ticket or whether nobody buys a ticket, we'll still be in front of that stage watching a fucking rock show.
Right.
The show's going ahead. Pardon my French, by the way.
Don't worry. I can edit that out.
We said that back then, and we meant it. We still mean that today.
Right.
The show's going ahead, whether there's just us two, or 100 people, or 5,000.
Right.
The more the merrier, obviously. But we're covered. We're going. So there's nothing on that side of things to worry about. Ticket sales are doing very, very well. They're ahead of where they were for years 1 and 2.
Right.
So we're happy with that. It can always be better. But we also understand, and everybody's in the same boat, that things are much more difficult now.
Yeah.
Right? Money doesn't go as far as it did even 12 months ago.
No, very true.
So if people can't make it, they can't make it. We do have a payment plan to help and try and ease that.
Okay.
So as people can pay, I think the last date we can do is like the end of this month or maybe the first week of March.
Right.
Because I believe it's a minimum of 3 monthly payments.
Yeah.
To help people spread that cost out. But we have been running it pretty much since we announced the tickets going on sale at last year's event. So you could have done it over 10 or 11 months just to make it nice and easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That will be available again after this one. But yeah, it's hard for people. And a lot of people also don't want to commit until the last minute.
Yeah. Just
to see where they are. Maybe they got to save a few pennies to make sure they can afford whatever.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine too.
Okay.
But we'll be there.
Brilliant. Well, I'm expecting it. Dinosaurs, basically.
Yeah.
Ticket. All right. Where's the ticket link to? Where can we find ticket links?
You'll find the ticket link on the Call of the Wild website, callofthewildfestival.com. You'll find it in there. You'll find it on Gigantic. Just go to gigantic.com and do a search for Call of the Wild. Stick Call of the Wild into your browser, into your search, and it'll pop up.
Okay.
It's everywhere at the moment, which is really nice to see. You'll find us all over the usual socials.
Okay.
Facebook, Insta, and all the rest of it. We're a bit too old for the old Be Real thing. I can't quite work out what that is. No, although apparently I've been in my daughter's a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I've got no friggin' idea, Dave.
On that note, on that bombshell.
Yeah.
All right, now, thank you for your time, sir. It's been appreciated. And I shall see you at the showground.
Looking forward to it, mate. Thanks very much.
Cheers. Take care.
Cheers, Dave. Bye-bye.